What's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to defend sites and actually play on the defensive side in Valorant. Pretty similar to attackers, or different ways to like play each round out. There's aggressive defense and then there's like really passive defense. Aggressive is just going for a pick at the start of the round. Like, let's say you have either Jet or Chamber opping this right at the start. You know, they peek this at the start, you're kind of supporting them. Maybe you have someone with them, or they're just solo. You know, they take their shot and then they go back to site. Or you can just have a play where you're maybe pushing two people up at the start of the round right here, taking this, getting information if anyone's here at the start of the round. If they're not, you rotate one back, and just play for a lot of info at the start of the round. The more common one, which is like defensive play on and like more passive play on the defender side, is just kind of setting up and waiting for them to hit one of the sites or through mid. So if we're gonna do like an aggressive play at B, you can even do the solo, and it's, think of it like risk reward. Like if I put this trip, it's really low risk. Like I won't die throwing that at the start of the round. Like maybe I have one already set up for like here, like that. Then at the start of the round I throw that, throw a cam up here, and then I just play back. All I'm really doing is getting a lot more info for my team. With that, once I get all that set up, if I don't see anyone, don't hear anyone, I can pretty safely rotate over and just play back site, just so that I have a quicker rotate to go back to A. And I can just sit on my cam like this. If anyone calls that they have stuff coming in A, I can walk over. I'm already like halfway to the rotate. If I'm playing back site, I don't throw any of that. Let's just say I'm just like the very standard trip here. Maybe I like, let's see. I could still throw that cam up. That trip is just like, if I don't want to put the cam in that corner, I could just throw the trip at the start of the round there. You can obviously do like a cam here, something like that. And this doesn't just apply to Cypher, it's just like Cypher's really good at defense because he has a lot of information that he can gather quickly. You can do this from like quick peeks. If you don't hear anything, you can basically assume that no one's going to be hitting B. At the start of the round, you can obviously like creep up to get info. Cypher just does it very safely. Like with the cam or the trips, you know for a fact if someone's going to push through. They have to make sound. If they're gonna like TP, you can hear it, and the cam can just be set up like this. But anyway, going back to my point, if you have the stuff set up for site like this, so that there's no way they could possibly get into the site without either breaking the trip or making noise, you can safely play like back site. Maybe throw cages like that. Once you hear someone dash in or break the trip, you go like this, pop it, maybe peek for a free kill. If not, you just sit back site, hold your cam out like this. And I mean, this still does the same thing. It's just you don't have the information as early as if you were playing like up in this area, or if you're playing mid. Let me grab that cam. Maybe you at the start of the round come like here, throw a cam like that, and then just hold like this. Doesn't have to be like anything special. If it's an eco round, you can obviously just hold this angle on defense. Like you're gonna win most of the time if someone peeks out for a fight. You can spam a couple people. You're really holding the same angle for every shot while they're swinging all of mid. It's really awkward because when they swing this angle, you have to fight back mid, this, close corner. Play something like this. Just play an off angle where you can get like a free kill and get out, get that info, call it to your team. You can have people rotate through mid, help you out, drop the door. Doesn't really matter what map you're playing on, even though like I'm talking about this map specifically for different ways. There's also things called one and done angles on defense. So like let's say at the start of the round, you throw something like that, you hear people coming out, you don't really have time to get back to the back of site. You can play at this angle, which is like a one and done, meaning I'll get one kill here and it's a really good chance that I get traded out. Or you can get like one or two kills and probably get traded out. That being said, you can do that. There's other angles which are like safer, like this, which are better with like operators, or if you just want to play safer and like peek for information. Then once you see someone, you can pop something like that. You know, you should probably have like a cage or a cam set up, just so if anyone does fly through that, you can call out to your team and still be safe without actually peeking and dying. Cypher's also really good at like soloing a site. So start of the round, I can throw a cam like that and then just back up all the way. I can even sit somewhere like here or in spawn. If I don't see anything, don't hear anything, just keep slowly rotating. If my team calls their A, they see spike, like especially if you see that dropped, I mean, there's a really good chance that they were trying to hit that site, and you should probably rotate over. Also, if there's like an operator on the other team and they're with someone else, it's a really good chance the spike's behind that, because if they're going for a pick at the start of the round and they do get it, like, there's a good chance that they're just following up with the team. So keep that in mind if you're going to rotate. If you set up for your teammates, it's not really worth it to rotate. Like, let's say I set up over at A, I throw like a trip for them, maybe put a cam backhaul like that, maybe put like a trip on site, I don't know, just something to help them hold if they do end up hitting A. There's not really a great reason for me to rotate. I can just honestly use that to kind of help someone solo the site, and then just hold like this. If they do end up hitting the site, I can call. I might not even pop my cam until they already hit the site, and you can use it for information for the retake. But in that case, I could just play 3B, maybe 2 pushed up B and 1 just holding a little bit back, holding flashes out and just being ready to support. And just play like a little bit more aggressive towards that area. That being said, if you peek too quickly and not together and you're not using your utility like in a good manner, it's really easy to throw the round quickly. So keep that in mind. But if you're setting up like your whole utility on one site, you can rotate off of it pretty quickly, and it's not going to be the biggest deal, because the retake coming back is a lot easier. Like if you're on like a duelist though, think about this, like your utility as like helping you get kills, obviously. It's not really as much as like a information one, but more get you out of like tough situations. So like let's say right here you go, oh, okay, let's push A this round. You start pushing up, you have your team creeping up with you, and they start fighting someone. You swinging out as a duelist and like getting a kill, maybe throwing a nade, throwing a flash, just get out. Like you calling out how many were there, what they're doing. You can even play like an off angle, so you fall back and you're just holding something like this. Wait like a couple seconds if you don't hear anything. Just a quick peek and then fall back. Or you can just start creeping back up and getting that info for your team. I like that on defense a lot better than someone just sitting back here, holding like this, or holding like right here. Because what that does for your team is you have no info. They could be pushed up. They could have everyone set up, ready to hit the site. And you just are not really helping your team. You're just kind of hoping that you can win a 1v1 duel. And that's not really how you play defense. You play defense by getting information constantly. If your team doesn't really know where they are, your death is almost worth it if you can find like where 2 or 3 of them are and get some damage done. In like a 5v5, if it's like a 2v2 and you just push through mid and die, like, you know, it's obviously not worth it. Unless you see like where Spike's going, then it might be worth it. But playing with your teammates on defense is like a huge part of it. If I'm playing site here and I have like a cage set up for there, I can hold this side of the cage and just make it a lot easier for anyone in market to hold the far side if anyone swings out. Also like throw something like that up, so if they do peek out the wide side of the cage, they can spam them and get a free kill. But playing with your team is a lot easier on defense, just because like you already should be set up on the site together. You're not like going through tight parts of the map like and like trying to like bottleneck through just different choke points. Like also in defense, use those choke points to your advantage. I'm going to be playing backside like this, have a cam set up, and they're hitting the site. I can just throw a cage up like this. I can spam a little, doesn't have to be anything crazy. If I see someone coming through, I just have to hold this angle. Maybe I get one kill right here, and then I'm not re-peeking, I'm not peeking out too wide trying to take fights. I'm just making sure they don't get back site so my team can retake in, or yeah, just like come back, rotate in, and retake the site with me. It's a lot easier to retake the site if I'm holding this area and I give them front site than if I die and they get those attackers pushed up to here. Maybe they have someone in this corner. They can get either utility set up, they can get smokes down, and like really easily hold this choke point rather than them having to hold if they're pushing stairs, if they're pushing this side of site, if they're pushing through market. It's a lot harder to hold that. So just keep that in mind. Like you being alive in the back of site is really important, but not to the point where the attackers are taking the entire site and you have no chance back into the round. Like if I just play here and they smoke me off, like I'm not doing anything for my team. It's better to play like up here. Maybe I get a kill. And then if I see that they're pushing over here and through elbow, maybe I'll fall off then. Throw like a flash or two to just kind of slow them down. Wait for my team to rotate back in. Maybe I get some spam out. Something like that. But if I'm just playing backside like this, and then, oh, they smoke me out. Or even if they just swing, like I get one kill, that really doesn't do much for me. It's better to like play in the site, almost tuck yourself in deeper so that your team can have time to rotate in. You just don't want to be like a nuisance. Make it so that it's really difficult for them to clear you out. And if they do, they use a lot of like resources that they can't use later on in the round. The last thing I'll say is, if you're a duelist, go for peeks pretty often. Not like committing to them, but just like quick little info plays. Hold pixel angles, something like this. Like, just make sure you're holding angles that actually give your team info. At the start of the round, you can hold something like that. See something, just fall back. Same thing over at A. If you're playing like here, by the time you actually see someone, it's pretty much too late. Like they can probably already hit the site. I'd much rather have someone just play like this every couple rounds, or if they're just want to like double up on elbow, someone here, even jiggling this. Once they see someone, shoot a couple, fall off, replay the next angle, maybe get a kill, maybe don't. If you can fall off, just keep falling off slowly back to site. If you can't, you have to tuck yourself in. That's fine. Just keep playing an angle where it's tough. Don't play stagnant in a corner like this. If there's like a bunch swinging you, always be like jiggling, because you want to make them make the mistake of peeking you one by one. You don't want someone to swing, they don't see you up to this point. I mean, they know for a fact they can just swing and spam. Also, if you're playing here and someone throws a Molotov, it's easy to back up, swing, and still have a chance at a fight. If you're playing in the corner and it's mollied out, the only thing you can really do is swing, like really close. There could be someone here, there could be someone here, there could be someone here. But if you're jiggling the corner, or let's go to a different spot. Let's say you're here. You get a kill like this. You back up to here. And you're just playing this corner, you're playing this corner. It's a lot harder to clear you out. Even if they do flash you off, you have a lot of like time to get back to a safer spot on site. Same thing like backside, you're here. I know I said like not to play this really too much, but if it comes down to it, you get like a kill, you get some damage down. You can swing back to here. You can play this angle. You can throw smoke, whatever. Play this angle. Play deeper in sight. But basically what you're doing is just trying to take 1v1 battles every single time that they're hitting the site. You never want to play an angle where they can like 3-man swing you. Like if I swing out to here, there's a really good chance that there's going to be 2 or 3 people swinging you at the exact same time. Not saying that can't like lead to you winning the round, but it's a lot harder. Same thing here. Like if this is smoked, I'm retaking. Maybe I was holding mid and this is smoked off. There's no point in me just like pushing through when I hear people are all like right here. I'd rather just wait for them to push onto the site. Once they get on the site, I push through. Maybe I smoke this off myself. I come through like this, clear this area out. I know that people are on site. I know this is clear. Then I can take these 1v1 fights on the site. So I can be here, snap to these angles, clear these areas out. And I'm not just like running through a smoke, having to clear out here and there. Like, let me show what it kind of looks like. We'll throw something more like this, but wait one sec. Like this. Push it like this, I don't know what to clear first, you know, so keep that in mind. Obviously very generic stuff on the defense side. But yeah, I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.